So here's the thing, man. I was reading, I was on a watch website. Why would you be on a watch website, McMahon? Don't you have better things to do with your life? No, I don't. I like to read about watches. And this watch expert says, dude, you don't even know the difference between a sword hand and an arrow hand on a watch, so you have no credibility. If you're confusing a sword hand with an arrow hand, get out of the discussion, buddy. Shaw. And I laughed because of the self-righteousness of the watch expert, but he was right. You really should know your terms about watches. And it made me think about where I was when I got bit by the watch disease in 2005, 13 years ago. I knew nothing about watches. I was a watch grasshopper. And so my initial appeal to watches was just, I wanted a big watch. I was like a little child eating cereal. When you're a kid eating cereal, the more sugar you put in the cereal, the more appealing it is. And it's kind of like that when you're a watch grasshopper. Just give me a big watch, because the bigger the watch is, that's the analog to the more sugar you put in the cereal. I wanted to be the alpha male in the room. My appeal to watches was completely reptilian. I wanted to be the caveman who kills the biggest woolly mammoth and drags it into the cave and makes the biggest and best barbecues. I wanted to be the hero. I wanted to be the dude at the beach wearing an 80mm watch, and some damsel in distress is being attacked by a great white shark, and I dive into the water and I crush the shark with my giant 80mm watch. That's where I was. And now, 13 years later, what in the heck happened to me? I'm looking at 40mm Grand Seiko watches now. Is the ultimate ideal watch. And I'm looking at a watch that's very understated, that's subtle, that's refined, clean, simple, relatively small. I mean, a 40mm watch is a little smaller than this 42, though the 40mm Grand Seiko is open bezel, so it might play about the same size as this 42. And in fact, I'll be going to a watch store in the next couple days, and I'll be trying on some 40mm cocktail Seikos that are almost identical in size to the Grand Seiko, just to check out the wrist presence. So the question is, what happened to you, McMahon? What happened to the big caveman days when you were rocking those 60mm watches, and now you're looking at 40s? Have you degenerated? Well, here's what happened to me. Knowledge happened to me. Knowledge of watches happened to me. A deeper understanding of watches happened to me. A deeper appreciation for watches happened to me. That's what happened. It's not like I degenerated. So here's the thing, man. I was having a talk with a fellow watch obsessive yesterday, and he said, I'm going to sell a bunch of watches. I realize I need just 3 really good timepieces. And I was thinking, I would be a lot happier like that too. So, you know, my collection's pretty small right now. It's 6. And I'm going to get I think I'm going to get a Grand Seiko. I'm going to try on some 40mm Seikos. And it's not vanity, and it's not status seeking that makes us watch obsessives drawn to the top tier watch pieces. It's an understanding, it's a deep knowledge of watches, it's a curiosity. You know, what's interesting is there are similar styles to the Grand Seiko. It's called the Presage line, and they look really good, you know. And you can get those for under $1,000. You know, really nice ones for $750 to $1,000. You know, they're less than half the price of a Grand Seiko. But I've read fellow watch obsessives who talk about owning both the Presage line and the Grand Seiko, and they say, you know what, man, the Presage is nice, but it's not a Grand Seiko. It lacks that supernatural wow factor. And as a watch obsessive, I'm not drawn to that wow factor because of vanity or status seeking. It's just the curious guy in me who loves watches. So McMahon, are you trying to talk yourself into buying a Grand Seiko? Yes. McMahon, are you trying to justify buying a luxury item that you don't need? Yes. McMahon, are you going to get in trouble with your wife? Most definitely, yes. But that's where I am in my life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tell me what you think. Until next time, I'm out.